I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. I got a very important story I need to share with you guys from Australia, reporting from my underground bunker here in an undisclosed location. So let's go to article scan right now. We discussed this a week and a half ago. Mortgage September cliff, massive defaults ahead. This is coming out of Australia. And I always said that Australia is going to be the first country in the Commonwealth, the first domino to fall, then New Zealand, and then Canada, then the UK last, and then Western United States. Well, Western United States falling right now because too much uncertainty going on. So economic uncertainties going on. So here it is. Mortgage September cliff, massive defaults ahead. This was an article that was put up by Martin North from Digital and Analytics from Australia. And I read that article there. And now, look what we got today. This is a big deal. This is from yesterday's date, so it's like 2 days ago in Australia, but it is yesterday for us today. So let's read this right now, and this, I don't even know. I mean, this is a big, I didn't think that, okay, I knew it was bad, but I didn't think it was this bad. I knew things weren't good. I knew things were going off a cliff. I knew things, I've been raising the alarm for years here on this channel, telling people to get out of Sydney 4 years ago because I knew things were going to be bad. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. So here it is. The Australians about to fall off a $75 billion cliff. So there it is. Australian homeowners are headed for a $75 billion home loan default when the government's wage subsidy scheme ends in a few months, new research shows. Watch this now. Watch this. This is not new news, but this part is right here. Watch this. Almost half of homeowners, 43%, will struggle to meet their loan repayments after JobKeeper payments end, according to Mozo. And with the Australian Banking Association reporting 175.5 billion in loans has been paused due to COVID hardship, that means the potential default figure could be a whopping 75 billion. Billion. Oh my God. As a nation of mortgage holders, we look to walk off a financial cliff when the government and the industry support programs end, Mozo spokesperson Tom Godfrey said. With many Australians finding themselves out of work and many more having to accept reduced hours, JobKeeper and the bank's mortgage holidays are critical in ensuring people can stay in their homes. The research also found 53% of mortgage holders were worried they could be forced to sell their home if they're unable to meet their repayments in 6 months. That's a big deal, right? They go up to 30, 60, 90, 120, 180 days, right? What's more, 38% of Aussies on JobKeeper said the payment wasn't enough to cover their current bills, let alone the payments would end in September. It's clear the federal government JobKeeper payments are providing a vital lifeline for many paying down their home loans. But when these payments end, the banks eventually turn off the hardship support tap. The mortgage market could start to crumble, Godfrey says. So we've been talking about this here for ages. So this is not new news, but here it is. It's finally in Yahoo Finance in Australia. So there's another article here we can look at real quick here. So here it is. The report comes as of the Reserve Bank of Australia meets to discuss the official cash rate on Tuesday, which is today there. Well, it's Wednesday there today, yeah, which is expected to remain at 0.25%. Here are the current market-leading rates for the bank customers. So here it is. Lowest variable home loan is at 2.89%. And then Freedom Lend is at 2.17%, a difference of 0.72% knocked off. And then lowest 2-year fixed home loan is TikTok at 2.99%. And as of July 2020, Homestar Finance is at 2.06%, down almost a percentage point. Then the highest ongoing savings rate is BOQ at 2.75%. It's and BOQ, you need a balance of 84,400 to get 1.85%. So the money you put in the bank isn't being hedged. You're not even hedging against the inflation. With them printing out and just putting out so much money out there, you're not even hedging against the inflation, right? So this COVID thing is going to keep going until the election year in the United States is over. So the entire Commonwealth is suffering from an election year in the United States. Kind of throwing that out there. According to home loan rate comparison site Rate City, rates have been decreasing since last rate cut in March. So there it is. They're cutting rates, but it's not good. It's turning the country into a zombification country, just like Japan. With refinancing on the rise, lenders have to keep whittling down their rates if they want to be in contention for these borrowers. But the rate cuts have been bad news for savers. Again, so remember back, I don't know if you guys had ING Direct in Australia. Save your money at 4.5 or 5% on our orange account, and we'll save it at 5%. Have your money make money for you, and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's true. Back in the day, they were offering 7, 8, 9, 10% in the 80s because mortgage rates were higher and banks were offering a better return on your money. Why? Because money was actually worth something. Now, money's not worth anything right now, so people are parking it into whatever they can. Foreign investors dumping into Australia on an hourly basis, they're dumping their money in real estate. But and it's been happening for the last decade. But what happens is the Australian proper or the local, it just can't compete with that. And they throw some FOMO in the mix, and then the FOMO starts getting spewed around. People start fearing they'll never be able to buy. I keep getting a lot of emails from people from Australia thanking me about they listened to me in my video and did not buy from a video from a year ago. Do not buy anything. Competition in saving rates is non-near existence at the moment, particularly among the bigger banks. There's a reason why. It's because no one's gonna put their money in a bank that's gonna give them back nothing. They might as well put it into some risky stocks, maybe into anything, but a bank account paying 1.8%, right? If it was paying 5%, okay, then you could put $1 million. You get $50,000 a year. At 5%, $1 million, you get $50,000 a year on your savings. But $1 million at 1%, getting $10,000 a year, it ain't worth it. All right, so RBA makes interest rate decision as 75 billion panic looms. So they're looking at all these people here that are in this bubble right now. It is said that about 43% of the people that do own in Australia right now want to sell. That's going to be a market to look at, is Australia. 43% want to sell. So we have years of low interest rates ahead of us, and the banks themselves has sharpened their pencils in recent times, cutting their rates on various products to remain competitive. They've already lowered rates to dangerous lows. Is Australia going to go to negative interest rates? That's what I've been asking you guys for the longest time. There's a $75 billion cliff. By offering banks a wholesale interest rate of 0.25% for 3 years, the Reserve Bank is helping to reduce the cost for lenders and encourage competitive home loan rates. Mozo spokesperson, we got free, we got that, we got all this already. So here's the deal with this. Now, this isn't new news. If you're new to the channel, well, welcome. But if you've been here for years, there's so many. There's this one here. I get a lot of people messaging me on. These are all, look, Australian house prices carnage. Look at my face there. Woo! Toronto, Vancouver real estate sees a huge drop. Payday loans, watch out. No, just type in Sydney. Just type in Australia. Just right there. Just type in Australia. Of course, my housing videos are pushed down. Australia's most unaffordable basic lifestyle. Let's keep going down here. Wow, did they? Okay, right here. This is from a year ago. Australia housing, do not buy anything. And still to this day, I still get people emailing me from this video saying, holy crap, Mike, I got into a divorce because of this video. Or my wife said I was nuts to listen to you and pricing was going to keep going up. Look at that. Australian immigration crisis. Australian to ban cash. So you pay the bank. This is from 10 months ago. I was talking about Australia going cashless so they could go to negative interest rates. There's a lot here. So there's, look, Australia dollar crashing. So there it is. Look, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10 homes in Australia are empty. Australian home price carnage. So I've been there for you guys. Look, Australian housing alarm bells 9 months ago. So that's 3 months before COVID. So I'm there for you guys. I've been there for you guys for many, 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 many years. Look at this. A housing crisis Australia, wake up, from 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. Housing crisis only in Australia. You got to watch this only in Australia one. It's like, what the F? Anyways, guys, I really look forward to reading your comments on this. This is the cliff. This is going to happen. People in Australia are going to they're going to wake up to a massive rude awakening when they start to see where things are curtailed in their future. I don't have a crystal ball. I never had a crystal ball, but I knew things weren't normal when our politicians were bringing in hundreds of thousands of foreign investors in to buy out our properties because our locals couldn't afford. And then when the locals started to cry about it, they started doing these first-time home buyer loans and interest-only mortgages, so we could compete with all the money being thrown and laundered through our countries. And this is happening across the Commonwealth. And the Commonwealth, for the longest time, is the safest bet to park your money. It's the safest place to park your money. The Commonwealth is the place to be when it comes to parking money. So I kind of wanted, and a lot of the foreign investors seen that. Western United States is a complete gong show, right from the city of Seattle all the way down to San Diego, California. It's a complete gong show. There's a mass exodus of roughly 1 to 3 million people. 1 to 3 billion people they're estimating per quarter, moving that entire West Coast out. Nobody moving in. We got a lot of reports from shipping companies in Australia where people are shipping out of Sydney and going very far away from Sydney. A lot of people trekked to Hobart. I discussed Hobart about 3 years ago as a good place to move to. Hobart, and lots of Hobart here. Lots of there's a lot of I did a video about Chinese buying up Hobart too, yeah, I did quite a few videos. Oh shit, I don't have articles scanned out. Oh shoot, I said shoot. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I really look forward to reading your comments on this. This is a big deal. I didn't think it was as big as this. I knew it was big, but I didn't think it was going to be like 40% of the country trying to sell off their... I think I'm not going to be... I'm an entrepreneur! Yeah! And yeah, I didn't think there were going to be... Everyone was going to be jumping ship, right? Comment below. I'll be reading your comments. Thanks for watching.